topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the host and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to Human Rights and Justice for All. This is your host, Greg Malone. I'm calling you today on this beautiful sunny day here in the Midwest anyway. I hear it's colder elsewhere. But just wanted to bring to you the show today. And we have some really good news regarding abortion here in Iowa that was overturned by the medical board. I'd like to also share, we have a phone number that you can call in on at 561-623-9429. If you'd like to agree, disagree, whatever, you can give a call in, or you can Skype in at W4CY Radio and just add them to your contacts, and you will be brought onto the air. This show is on topics that I deem important to us individually and to our society. The highest goal of this show is love. The love of God first and the love of my fellow man second. The basis of all my reasoning is truth. It is absolute. When something is true, nothing can be said or done that can change that truth. It is what it is. So I'd like to give you the contact information for the show right now. It is Human Rights and Justice for All at gmail.com. That's our email address. Human Rights and Justice for All at gmail.com. Also on Twitter, you can reach us at the @ Rights Justice. Rights and Justice are in capitalized, and the and signed, and then Rights Justice is our Twitter location. I just want to let everyone know there that we will not only be judged by the things that we do here on earth, but we will also be judged by the things that we leave undone. And that is part of my commercial you heard prior to the show coming on, is, what we leave undone, the things that we see that are wrong, that we do not step in and try to correct. Those things are the things that we're going to be judged on, as well as what we do. So I just want to just let everybody know and understand my point of view, where I'm coming from with regard to that. It's very important that when we see a need, that we meet that need within the best of our ability and try to bring people out of poverty, stop injustice. We need to bring attention to our political leaders. I implore everyone within the sound of my voice to go out, and when you see an issue that can only be overcome through political change, that we contact our political leaders. And if we don't contact them, then we're just allowing things to happen that will continue and will cause problems for years to come, and great harm to other individuals. There's a saying out there that says the only thing needed for evil to prosper is for good men to do nothing. And so I'm speaking to good men and good women out there to stand up and do the right thing, and don't just sit back and watch the world pass you by and think that everything's going to be okay. The first thing that I'd like to point out on today's show, and this is very exciting to me, we had Jennifer Bowen, the executive director of Iowa Right to Life, on the radio program. We did a whole show on her a few weeks ago, and one of the things we mentioned on that show was that there was going to be an Iowa medical board coming up that was going to be discussing telemed abortions, or abortions via, some type of internet link up, where the doctor would sit in front of a camera, and then in another city, the woman having the abortion would sit in front of a camera, and then he would ask a series of questions. After completing these questions, he would flip a button that would open a drawer in which were several pills that the woman would take, and then take those pills home, take the pills, and have an abortion there at home, alone, without anybody near her. So much for safe abortions, you abortion supporters out there. And the cocktails being given these women is not what is prescribed for an abortion of this sort. It is, they're using cheaper pills. Anyway, we had this Jennifer Bowen on, and she stated that she would like us to, first of all, pray for her group, and to support her in any way we could. And this past, on the 28th, this past week, there was that meeting, and the Iowa board voted to end telemed abortions. And this is a very exciting thing, because we had a part in this, through this program, to help to stop these telemed abortions. And I'd just like to congratulate those of the Iowa Right to Life, and Jennifer Bowen in particular, of this long fight that they waged very well to convince the Iowa board to stop telemed abortions. Now, this doesn't take place, I believe, until early November, the actual stop date. But like I said, it was a great a win for the anti-abortion people, especially across the country, since Iowa is one of the guinea pig states for Planned Parenthood's new programs for telemed abortions and those types of things. We'll get into a little bit more of that. But the board voted 8-2 to ban the practice, with most members arguing the best standard for care for a woman seeking abortion is to have a doctor perform a physical exam and talk face-to-face with the patient. In this case, there's no physical exam. The doctor's hundreds of miles away. If there's a problem, or if there's something that the doctor's not seeing through the physical exam, he could let things go ahead, and it could endanger or kill the woman. Obviously, it kills the baby, so it's absolutely immoral and unconscionable. But that is going on in other states in our nation, and just like to really congratulate Jennifer, Iowa Right to Life, and I'd like to also thank God for the babies that will be spared, because these types of abortions won't be able to take place. There are 12 other states that have passed laws banning the practice of webcam abortions. They are Alabama, Arizona, Indiana, Kansas, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, Oklahoma, and South Dakota, Tennessee, and Wisconsin. So I thank the people in these states that work to ban these types of abortions there also. I hope to see a national ban on webcam abortions. The webcam medicine is designed for only specific instances, not for procedural type of things where they're doing consulting or mental health, speaking with a patient, with a mental health provider, that type of thing. So, one of the things about these webcam abortions when they were brought into Iowa is that they code-named the program, and they would not speak about it with anyone outside of their organization. They code-named this thing First in the Nation, because Iowa women were to be guinea pigs for Planned Parenthood's Federation of America. with webcam abortions, women would get abortion pills from remote Planned Parenthood locations like Storm Lake and Red Oak, and they prescribed by a Planned Parent abortionist sitting in Des Moines by webcam. The woman would abort at home, the process that is more bloody, painful, and protracted than a surgical abortion and has more dangerous complications. One of the things I'd like to point out on this is those webcam abortions, just to tell you a little bit more about them. The pill that they give is Mifeprex, Mifeprex. It is the first drug in the medication cocktail, and it costs about $90 a pill. And then also misoprostol, misoprostol, the drug given to women, is supposed to be taken at home to expel the baby. That costs around $1 each. The FDA recommends 3 Mifeprex and 1 misoprostol, which is about a $271 cost. However, Planned Parenthood changed things up here in Iowa. They give them 1 Mifeprex, which costs $90, and 4 misoprostol that cost and that costs $1 a piece. So the total cost of the pills that the Iowa Planned Parenthood is giving these women is $94. However, they charge $300 to $800 for giving these pills, which is the same cost as a surgical abortion. So they've changed up this mixture to, first of all, cause the woman's body to expel or reject the baby, and then they give them this drug to help her to expel it at 4 times the recommended FDA recommendation of this misoprostol. So that just some of the things that they're doing and have done here in the state with regard to this are just, absolutely. And again, I don't know what words to use to explain the horrors of abortion. If you've got some better words than mine, I would appreciate you giving me some adjectives and adverbs to use in this situation. But this just horror is the only thing I can think to explain what abortion is and what abortion does within our nation. It is something that is absolutely wrong. It should be overturned. It should not be allowed. Women should not kill their babies. As Mother Teresa said, what's the difference between killing your baby or killing me right now? There is no difference in Mother Teresa's mind. And in my mind, there is no difference at killing that child or killing a young child right on the street. And there are some countries in the world where it is being proposed that a child up to the age of 5 years old can be killed if it is unwanted or can't be taken care of. And they use this argument of I'm not having enough money to support the child. Well, in that case, a lot of very, very poor countries in the world should kill every one of the children born there because they can't afford to raise them properly and send them to good colleges and schools and that type of thing. These arguments are absolutely ludicrous, and I just hope that people see that out there, that they have compassion for these children, these babies who are real human beings from the moment of conception. As my argument has always been, Jesus Christ was Jesus at the moment of conception in Mary's womb, and if she would have decided to either get rid of him, if she would have had access to this type of medical debauchery that we have here in the United States, and she would have had an abortion or taken these pills at any point during her pregnancy, even from the moment of conception, she would have been killing